GNA DCN member spotlight here on the DCN Internet Radio Network. I am your host, Elias Mellis, president and founder of the GNA, and I actually have a co-host here with me today who is behind the camera. He loves being an engineer, and I wish he would be over here on this side of the camera, but someone needs to man the camera. Maybe at the end of this this show here for Crave the Spotlight, we can get you back here, Troy, so everyone can see you. A lot of people know you, but we want more people to know who you are as well, too, because you're a great guy. But Troy, you are?
My name is Troy Brewer. I am the president and founder of the Discover County Network, or DCN, and I'm co-hosting / engineering / camera guy on this particular broadcast.
You're just doing it all, aren't you, Troy?
Well, you know, I'm a multitasker.
Oh, absolutely. And we're here once again today with Irving Jenkins, who is the president of Crave the Spotlight Media Marketing. And before we took a quick commercial break, we were talking with Victor about his amazing business partner, Joe Grace, and the importance of collaboration and finding the right people to collaborate with. Now, Victor, in this third segment, I'd like us to talk about the difficulties and struggles you went through to start growing your own business and become the successful business entrepreneur you are today. I know it's not as easy as it may seem, right, Victor?
No, it's not. No, it's not. And some of that came through the iron sharpening iron philosophy of my business partner and myself. You see, I love what I do, like many people who love what they do. And when you're just starting out and everybody else doesn't love what you do, well, you want them to love what you do.
Right.
So what your tendency is, sometimes you find yourself giving away the store.
Giving away the farm, you mean, right, Victor?
Right, giving away the farm.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get any place giving away the farm. It's a hard place to be. And initially, when you go in business, what the people don't tell you is that you're going to need money to sustain you because your business is not going to grow overnight.
That's right.
So if someone had told you that, then maybe you might have done something different. But since no one told you, you found yourself in this business trying to figure out how you're going to have a hot dog tonight. And the people that you're talking to, you want them to buy from you so you can buy a hot dog, right? But
sounds good right now, Victor.
Certainly. About to say, I want a hot dog right now.
wants a hot dog too.
but there's this thing, right? The more you pull on a customer, the more the customer feels it, and the less likely they are to give you what you want. So in the early days, that was problematic for me. It was problematic on two fronts, because the first front is I tended to give away all my services, and when I actually had a client that could pay me, the client was uncomfortable because they felt me pulling this rope around their neck trying to strangle them to pull their money from them. And then you and your business partner, you know, doing your business meeting when you're talking about, you know, doing your debriefing and what have you, not only are you hard on yourself for not having made the income, not having made the sale, but your business partner is telling you that you haven't made the sale. Who wants to hear that?
You don't want to hear from Joe Grace, I'll tell you.
Right. You don't want to hear. So that's one of the early challenges that we had, is figuring out how to ask for the sale. Another thing is the sales process has changed so much over the years.
Oh yeah.
Now sales trainers right now, they're still teaching people to make sales calls.
Can I give you a high five for that? What you're saying, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, they're using the methods of the 1980s and 2014, which doesn't work anymore, right, Victor?
It doesn't. And one of the main reasons it doesn't work, Eli, because chances are the person that you're calling on the sales call, chances are they're a salesman too.
Right, you're trying to sell a salesperson.
right? And so you're trying to sell them, they're trying to sell you, and nobody buys anything.
You're not getting anywhere.
Right.
You're wasting time.
So now the new way to sell products, in my view, marketing is the new sales call. Because if you market yourself well enough, if you market yourself for your perfect customer, market yourself for the customer that's laying in bed dreaming, oh man, I wish I could find somebody to get me one of them text message marketing deals. You market directly to that customer and you put it out there. Now when you do that, you're going to get some people that are going to have a problem with it, particularly the people that are not your customers. but you're not really concerned about the people who are not your customers, are you? You're concerned about your perfect customers. Burger King, they market all the time. McDonald's, they market all the time. So, once again, you're still at that same place where you need to have some money to sustain yourself so that you can market yourself so that people can see you 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times. And then when they want what you've got, they'll remember you and they'll call you.
Right.
Can you imagine, and the sales process is likened to the seed time and harvest process on a regular basis, where you plant a seed and then you harvest something. Making a sales call is kind of like going to the ground where you already have your harvest from and digging it up and trying to make another harvest.
Whoa.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense at
The
all.
only way you get a harvest is you plant a seed and the seed's got to grow. So, old school, you might think that you're a bad motor scooter, that you can get on the phone and you're smiling and dialing, and you ain't a bigger monster on the phone than me, 'cause I love talking on the phone. I'll call you.
No kidding.
However, sales calls, you might think of a way around it. And of course, it may seem self-serving because I'm a marketing guy, that I'm promoting marketing to the degree that I am. Hey, you know what? You don't have to market with me. You don't have to use my company. In point of fact, most of the people I know are not going to use my company. And that's something that people don't think about either. When you think about the sheer number of products that you are not using right this minute, it'll be clear to you that everybody's not going to have your product. Because they can't. There's too many of them.
Right.
So it's okay. The idea is a good one. Market, 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 market. If you want to use Creative Spotlight Media Marketing, so you'll get better than average marketing, but that's not my pitch. My pitch is, don't beat yourself up about making sales calls, really, because you're probably going to talk to a salesman when you get on the phone anyway.
Exactly. It doesn't work. It's not as effective as it used to be. And Victor, that was amazing, by the way. We have about 5 minutes before we need to take another break here. But I want to mention a gentleman that really resonates with me based on something you mentioned. Michael Estes. All of us know who he is. Mm-hmm. Everyone, at least in the Sacramento regional area, knows, and pretty much everyone in Northern California knows Michael Estes. He likes to say,
Michael who?
Michael Estes! If you sow a seed, you reap a harvest. Now, I'm trying to reenact the way he does it, but there's only one Michael Estes.
That's right.
There's only one Victor Jenkins, only one Elias Mellis, good Lord. Did I just say that? And then there's just one Troy Brewer there. But if you sow a seed, you reap a harvest. And in the last 4 minutes of this segment here, let's lead into the next part here. Let's talk about networking events. How important is it for you to attend networking events, Victor? And what are your thoughts about how people should properly network? Before we get to that, let me just mention here, when I first started networking, I was pretty much giving the farm away for free and everything that I did. And I think part of the reason is because I was still getting to know, like, and trust people. I didn't want to go in there the first time and say, hey, I sell... Mm-hmm. Should I even say what I do, Troy?
Go ahead.
I sell insurance. I'm not trying to pitch my business. I'm just, giving as an example. I always mention that. I know I can do better for you, Can you give me 15 minutes of your time? Now, I know that's one commercial. Now, one other company out there says, we can do it in 7.5 minutes, right? We all know who that is, right? You've seen that commercial, right? We'll talk insurance, right? It doesn't matter, right? But I didn't want to go in there and just start pitching away. I wanted to build relationships. And over the course of time, you might do business with some people. You may never do business with some people. But that doesn't mean you ruin your relationships, because you might be able to, work with them on something in some other way, shape, or form. Just like, Victor, you and myself and Troy are going to be working on something really soon. Mm-hmm. We won't mention it here yet. We've got a, big surprise coming soon for all of you, and you can all think about that for a while. That's part of marketing there. You got to keep them wondering, right, Victor? Right. But what are your thoughts about, the next, 2.5 minutes here about the importance of networking events and being consistent at networking events?
Well, let's go back to how it used to be.
Okay.
The way it used to be, they'd have a dance every Friday night. When I was in high school, you went to a dance every Friday night. You had football games, right? When I was in college, we had similar things. I was in the military. I spent my time, and there was a lot of people around all the time. When I was a registered nurse for 20-something years, there's always a big bunch of
I didn't
people.
know that about you.
You don't know what a registered nurse?
No.
Oh,
Did you know
man.
that, Troy Brewer?
No, I had no idea.
Wow.
Wow,
You
dude.
heard it here on Crave the Spotlight TV and DC Internet Radio. But go ahead. Wow.
Hey, you'll hear more about it as time goes on. But
Wow.
as an entrepreneur, you don't have that reservoir of people. You don't have the marketplace of all the people that you can talk to that knows you. Like in school, you know, when they sell Girl Scout cookies, right? When a little girl got to sell Girl Scout cookies, she had a school full of people. And the people saw her carrying a Girl Scout cookie bag. Hey, give me some Girl Scout cookies. So it was a built-in market for her. Now,
Those are pretty good, by the way, Victor. They sell themselves. You have the nice, innocent,
Right.
little girl and good cause, and they taste pretty good too, right, Troy?
That's right.
Go ahead.
the Tagalog.
Yeah.
So, as an entrepreneur, most of us are in business. Mostly we do the work. Well, where else are you going to find people to talk to? Because
Right.
you need to talk to people. Now, just because you need to talk to people, that doesn't mean that all the people at the networking event are standing up in the line to come and buy your product.
That's right.
The people at the networking event are there for the same reason that you're there.
They're trying to sell you their stuff too.
Right. But most of us don't have the savvy. Really, we don't. And most of us, if we had the savvy, we would know that there's a lot to somebody liking you, knowing you, and trusting you. And you're not going to get anybody to buy from you simply by asking them to buy your stuff, buy your stuff, buy your stuff. When I was in high school, I had a friend of mine used to tell me that if you went to every girl that you knew and asked them to go out on a date, said, just don't even know their names. Hey, you want to go on a date? Hey, you want to go on a date? You want to go on a date? He told me after only about 30, 40, 100 girls that somebody would say, yeah.
That's called the law of large numbers, right, Victor? The law of, right, Troy? The law of large numbers,
Right.
which is actually pretty effective, by the way.
and it's pretty effective.
But it's a lot of work to build it up,
Not
right?
only that, you don't get a lot of gross. If you understand the term, you understand the term gross. You know what I mean? Like, when you're in the car business and you sell a car, sell a used car, well, they took the car in at one price and they sell the car at another price. The more you sell the car for, the more gross profit is in the sale and the more money that you make.
Right.
So when you work with numbers, share numbers, you don't have that much money. And it's an odd thing when you're selling cars. The people who paid you the most money for their cars are the ones that's the happiest, that say the nicest things about you.
Doesn't that make perfect sense?
And the people who grind you down and tell you they're not going to pay this, I don't want to pay that, I don't want this, give me that. Those people, they don't have anything nice to say about you, and they got their cars so inexpensively. So anyway, back to the networking event is a similar thing. You got to find a way. You got to find a happy balance. You got to show who you are. Now that doesn't say that you got to be Victor Irving Jenkins. Now, granted, I got a great personality. you may not have a great personality, but whatever personality you have, be that person. Because see, the last thing that you need, well, we'll get back to that in a minute. We'll get back to that in a minute.
Hold that thought there, Victor. We'll continue when we come back from the break because it's time now for another short commercial break. When we return, more with Victor Jenkins, President of Crave the Spotlight Media Marketing. You're listening to GNA DCN Member Spotlight on the DCN Internet Radio Network.
Hi there. I am Victor Irving Jenkins from Crave the Spotlight Media Marketing. This year is actually the year of effective partners, and in honor of the year of effective partners, Crave the Spotlight Media Marketing is getting together with Cindy Johnson Empowerment Seminars to present to you Victor Irving Jenkins. Every second Saturday, Cindy Johnson Empowerment Seminars puts on a seminar to bring into focus why you need to be a leader in the 21st century. So April 12th, she's bringing in a marketing guru, a broadcasting visionary that's going to share her stage at the Clarion Hotel. You'll hear more about it as time goes on, but suffice it to say that Victor Irving Jenkins, that's me, will be speaking at the Cindy Johnson Empowerment Seminars on April 12th, and you need to be there. For more information, contact City Johnson Department of Seminars, or you can contact me.